What's up guys, this is Inspire, and today I'm going to be talking about the Origins ending cutscene. If you haven't seen it yet, it's going to be playing on the screen right now, obviously. But, I just beat the Easter egg today, and we watched the cutscene, and it was weird seeing it. But I got on to YouTube and started trying to figure out, like, I just started searching what other people thought about it, and people were coming up with the stupidest ideas, like, oh, this is the end, everything that we've done, all the zombie stuff is a fake, and there's literally no explanation for it. It's not a fake. It's not fake at all. I mean, the fact that the kid's name is Eddie, that might have something to do with the storyline, with Origins. I mean, Origins does feel like it's just made up, and it really doesn't have anything to do with anything else from the zombies story that we've seen so far. But I also feel like the people that are doing these reviews on the cutscene haven't played the first maps. Like, the part in Die Rise, or Der-Riese, not Die Rise, Der-Riese, which was the last map pack for World at War, the radios, they were key signs for the end of this cutscene, where they were talking about how they needed to go down to the basement, make sure to shut the windows, blah blah blah. And then Fluffy, the dog, shows up. And he goes down to the basement with them. Well, if you've heard the radios in Der-Riese, you know that Fluffy was in the basement, and that was one of the first things that happened, and Samantha was down there with them. And I'm pretty sure Richtofen was too, but don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure he said something about Edward being down there. And the whole thing, just all the radios tied in with the end cutscene of that. Like, after they do everything there, they go down to the basement. She says that her dad has a plan. Like, obviously Eddie isn't her brother, because he says you should listen to your dad, and then she says my dad has a plan, not indicating that Eddie is Maxis's. And it doesn't even say what Maxis's real name is. It's just Maxis. So all of these things put into one, like, thought is just, if you actually think about it, and if you remember all of the radios that were in Der-Riese, you can, like, picture in your head what is going on in the basement. Like, the kids want their story to be real, and want the people to be real in their story. Who says that their dad didn't, or Sam's dad didn't make the zombies like they were talking about, and the people that they are talking about are actually real people? And that's what you get in World at War and in Black Ops 2, or Black Ops 1. Just, if you just think about it, if you just picture it in your mind with what they say about Fluffy and all of that kind of stuff, and then in Black Ops 2 with Kino Numa, the rooms, when you use the teleporter to pack a punch your gun, you go to Samantha's room. it's not an exact replica of the room in the cutscene, but it's a decent. It's got the window. It's got the teddy bear sitting there. It doesn't have everything in the exact place, like the bed's in the middle of the room in the map, but the bed is like up against the wall in the cutscene, and they're playing on the ground with the toys. And then you have the toys that are actually in the game, like on the ground in the little pit that Samantha was probably playing with. So literally, if you think of it that way, you can just if you're just sitting there thinking of it how I'm trying to think of it right now, there's like only one reason or only one way to be able to figure this out, which would be Maxis and his friend or whatever. He discovered how to make the zombies, and Fluffy, their dog, is an actual zombie, or turns into an actual zombie when they go down into the basement. And just I don't know. It's really, really complicated. But also, there's another thing that I found out, or that I just like pictured in my head again from Kino Numa. The pictures, the 5 pictures, there were 5. 4 pictures of everyone else, like all the characters, Tank, Nikolai, Takio, and Richtofen. And then there was the silhouette that kind of looked like Viktor Reznov from the campaign from Black Ops and World at War. But if you think about it now, after the trailer for Black Ops, or for Origins, they actually have a picture of Maxis in the picture, or in the trailer, and he looks like the actual silhouette in the picture. And I'll try to put a picture of the silhouette and the other thing next to each other right here in the video. So if you think that they have a similar connection, if you think, I know I'm gonna get like retarded answers in the comments, but put your own theory on how the Origins ending cutscene fits in with the actual story. I mean, it's got to be real. It can't be just some kid's imagination, because the Origins was the very beginning, and then it just ends because they go downstairs with their dog, and their dad Maxis wants them. So yeah, put what you think in the comments section, and I'll try and read those and make sense of what the hell you're trying to talk about. But yeah, pretty much what I think is that the ending cutscene for Origins is what happens during the recording sections of the radios in Der Riese. I mean, it only makes sense. Half the things that they say in Der Riese can tie in with that cutscene, and nobody else is pointing those things out. They're all saying, "Oh, Fluffy, the dog that is supposed to be a zombie, he's not a zombie." Well, no, he was not a zombie before he was a zombie dog. He was a regular fucking dog. And then they don't, like, it never says anything about Edward being in the actual radios. Like, yeah, they talk about him, he's in some of the radios, but I just don't get it. And then another thing is they have American accents in the video, or in the ending cutscene, but then Sam's dad has the German accent, which sounds like Maxis. Explain that. It just doesn't make sense. I mean, even in the older games, Samantha had an accent. She wasn't American. Did Treyarch mess up on that part and just, like, completely screw up and forget about the accents, and they're just like, oh, let's do this? It's like they're living in Germany like where it all started, and they just forgot about everything else. I don't know. Just leave feedback in the comments. Make sure to hit that like button if you like what I had to say, if you think it made sense, or dislike it if you have no idea what I'm saying, then you just didn't like the video. Thanks for watching, and if you want to see more about this kind of stuff, just make sure to tell me that, and I'll try and put out some more stuff on it. This has been Inspire, and thanks for watching.